Hello everyone. Thank you for coming to the self-publishing to the Epic Game Store session. So I'm William. I'm going to talk about the SPT tool for publishing games on the Epic Game Store. And well, I don't have much time, but let me introduce some little thing about the SPT tool first. So first, let's talk about me. We really don't have time for that. So I don't have time to explain you why I don't have time. If you are interested in my profile, just check on LinkedIn if you can find me. It's very accurate. But today's agenda. So, of course, we're going to talk about Epic Game Store self-publishing tool. I'm going to do a step-by-step tutorial of the tool. So we're going to go through the whole thing, how to put your game on the store. I'm going to try to give you some best practice about Epic Game Store to have more chance to get your game visibility and stuff like that. Unfortunately, it's very short. We don't have much time, so I won't have time for a Q&A. So maybe after the session, we can talk if you have questions. Or we can find me maybe at online, what's the name? Online system booth, where I'll start to be there for the whole afternoon or otherwise we can have a drink tonight at the party and talk about it. Okay, so what we're going to see today is really from A to Z, from the onboarding, creating the organization, to seeing the agreements, talk a bit about the required information, and we do the product settings, of course, like putting all your assets on the Epic Game Store, setting the ratings, stuff like that. Also, we're going to see about the build patch tool, so that's the tool we're using to bring the build in Epic Game Store system. And we'll talk a bit about coming soon readiness, of course, and release readiness. So before that, just 3 important points. For putting your game on the Epic Game Store, we have requirements. So that's 3 of the biggest requirements we have, actually. That's first, the achievements. If you have a game that's going to be released on another PC store front and as achievements, we are asking you to have the same achievements on Epic Game Store, okay? If your game is multiplayer, that's the second requirement. If your game is multiplayer and you are going to release on another store, so basically Steam, for example, and your game is multiplayer and we want people to be able to play together, so we're asking for crossplay. And last one is patch notes. So these patch notes, at the moment, they are not public. We are only sharing this with the grad creating committee every time you have a major update, because they are going to ask to check if your game has like something that might change and might need a new rating. So today we're going to go very simple. My game is going to be a single player game, no achievements, just the base game, no DLC for now. So well, it's time to jump in. So first thing, I cheated a bit, but I already have my Epic Game account ready. And I just jumped into the dev portal, and first thing, it's going to ask me to create an organization. So let's do it. I'm going to call it UEFest Orlando 2025. It's going to generate my organization here, you can see. For the moment, it's nothing really special, but on this page, there's many stuff that you will be able to do. We're going to focus really on Epic Game Store today. So I'm going to go to the organization tab, and that's where you'll be able to add people. If maybe you have a team that's going to work on the Epic Game Store, you want them to be able to access the organization, access the products, and that's where you're going to be able to invite them. We have these roles already set up with default roles, but you can decide to create new roles. That's very important, for example, for people, maybe you have some people who have the rights to sign the agreement, stuff like that. That's where you'll be able to maybe set some specific roles for them to be able to do that. And now I'm going to talk about very important information when you start thinking about putting your game on Epic Game Store. So that's trader details, tax information, and payout information. So I won't be able to go really deep into this information, but very simply, trader information, trader verification, that's something that's asked to us by the European Committee. If you want to publish your game on the European territories, you have to give some information to us so we can share with the European Committee, so your game can be published. You have a multiple choice here, like undeclared, non-trader, trader. Just one information. If you go for undeclared, like you're not going to share information with the UE committee, your game won't be published on the UE territories. Okay. So that's something you should do right away also. And tax information, so that's also information we are going to require from you. That information we need to be able to get your tax field, etc. All this information with the payout information takes about 2 weeks to be cleared. There might be some back and forth on this. So if you're thinking about pushing your game soon, you want your game page to be ready as soon as possible, that's the first information you should fill. Like really, it's very important. If you don't fill this information, you won't be able to do anything. You won't be able to push your game to the stage sandbox and go to review and go live. We'll see about this a bit later. So obviously, I don't have time to do that right now. So I'm just going to cheat a bit and go to another organization already prepared with, as you can see, everything ready. So when I go to the dashboard here, I already filled my tax information, etc. And now the first thing I need to do is create a product. A product is basically your game. The name is kind of important, but we really recommend people to use a code name if they don't want their information to leak eventually. And this product name is going to be used for the URL of the game on the store. But don't worry, even if you use a code name, we'll be able to change that later on. So when you're ready, you contact us, and we change the name and change the URL, so it would be the same as your game name. Sorry. So I'm going to call it CoFest 25. And it's going to generate a number of information here on the back end. I'm going to wait for this to end. It just takes like 20 seconds or something like this. Maybe a bit more. And so the information is going to create is like the sandboxes, the IDs, etc. So as you can see now, it's ready. I'm going to drop directly to the Epic Game Store. It's going to ask me to update my organization, maybe because when I created it, it was individual organization. So I'm going back again to the Epic Game Store, and now I'm going to review the agreements. So of course, today we won't have time to go through the agreements completely, but that's really something you should take the time to read completely, to agree with what we're going to do together. So I'm just going to go through, accept the few agreements we have here. Here we are, and the last one. And then it's going to, give me some information, some more information about the Epic Game Store publishing tool. Here, I already talked about it, but we have like some requirements, some limitation on the Epic Game Store. So that should, everything is really explaining you what you're going to go through. So the next step actually is to pay the submission. For every product, you have to pay a $100 submission fee. It's recoupable. Whenever you sell more than $1,000, you get back your $100 fee at the beginning. So I'm going to pay this fee. I should have some money on my tax account, as you can see. So it's going through the Epic Games payment rule. It's very simple. And so now my fee has been received. Everything is OK to go. And the next step is just some introduction about some of our programs. So this program is Epic First Run program. To make it simple, it's an exclusivity program. For the first 6 months, your game will be exclusive to Epic Game Store on the PC storefront. If you have a game, your game is going to be released on console, that's another story. You can do it, no problem. But on the PC store, on PC side, it's going to be only for on Epic Game Store for 6 months. And during these 6 months, all the revenue will be back to you. After the 6 months, we'll get back to the 88%, 12%. You might have heard about another program we're going to launch, like actually maybe today or after the UEFest. It's for the first $1 million on every product. You won't pay any revenue share, so 100% is going back to you. Well, for my game, it's a small game, so I think I won't sell more than 1 million for the first year, so I'm just going to skip this one. So next step is a little questionnaire. That's actually some important information that's not going to be shared with public, but with our team. We want to know more about your game so we can understand where you're going. So I'm going to give a little description about the game. It's a demo on SPT to know how to push my game on EGS. Well, there's some typo, but it's not a problem. So the next question is going to ask you when you're going to release the game. You might not know at this point, but I'm going to say as soon as possible. Is your game going to be released on another platform, on console, for example? Well, for the moment, I don't. It's going to be available on other storefronts. I'm going to say yes here. And will it have achievement? So as I said earlier, if you have achievement, we're going to require you to have the same achievement on the Epic Game Store. Is it going to be an online multiplayer game? It's not. Will there be like in-app purchase? I'm not going to. It's going to be only on Windows for the time being. No blockchain technology, no promotional content. I'll go back to this a bit later. And so it's not a non-game application. It is a game. No AI at the moment, no user-generated content. And well, maybe later if the game does well, maybe I have DLC. So I'm going to say yes here. Localization for the moment. We'll go back to this a bit later. Do you have any ratings on your game ready? So really, it's the first time I'm putting the game on the store, so I don't have any rating yet. And do I want actually my game to be available in Australia, Brazil, Russia, Germany, and South Korea? So why is these 5 countries? Because these 5 countries actually require a rating to be able to publish, to distribute in these countries. So I want to distribute in these countries, so I'm going to say yes here. And are you okay to improve our tool? So of course, I want to. I'm going to say yes here. And then I'm ready to go. So now I'm going to get moved to the Epic Game Store dashboard. That's where you're going to find most of the more important information, where your game page is at, where the setting is, and how good you are doing. So before we jump in, I'm going to talk about some important information. First, the notification, actually. That's something people don't pay attention most of the time. And because of the GDPR laws, we are not able to opt you in right away. That's not something we can do because of privacy. But there's some very important information going through our newsletters. So I really invite you to actually check here the emails for your product as well. So whenever there's a new features, for example, new promotional bits coming to the Epic Game Store, if you have signed to the newsletter, you'll get the information. If you don't, you might pass through some important information here. Okay, so I'm going to save that. Some more information here before we jump in. As you can see here, I have 3 different environments. The dev environment, stage environment, and live environment. So the dev environment is basically where you're going to set everything. You're going to test your game. You're going to look at your page, how it's going to look like. You're going to change maybe assets if you're not happy with it. And that's so where everything happens. The stage environment is where you're going to prepare everything so we can review. So your build review, the page review, you're going to push what you think is ready from dev environment to the stage environment, send to review so we can check on it. If there's some problem, you're going to go back to the dev environment, change it, and go back again to the stage environment for review again. And when everything is ready, you can finally push to the live environment when it's going to be ready to be pushed on the store. We'll get back to this a bit later, but it's not because there's something on the live environment that is going to be live right away, okay? So now we're kind of okay with it. I'm gonna go through the store settings here. So as you can see, you have a product checklist here. And on my product settings, the first thing we're gonna see is store settings. So I'm gonna go through it and go to the product configuration here. And here you have, as you can see, the little asterisk is going to tell you what's actually needed for us to be able to push your game on the store. So I'm going to go for the product details first. On product details, the first thing you need to push is a product logo. Product logo, of course, is a very important piece of information. It's a little logo that's going to be visible on the store. That's what people are going to identify your game with. So I'm going to use something people will like, will maybe understand right away. So I'm going to take this, and you might recognize something here. So you might have understand by now, but I'm French, and I'm kind of happy to to say that my friends at Clair Obscur helped me to get some nice assets for this presentation. So I want to really thank them for that. And well, little story, because we have a little bit of time. Last week, actually, I was in France for a friend wedding. Big up to him. He will recognize himself. And I found this nice little bottle. Actually, it's Domaine Cloud Obscure, which is pretty cool, I thought. So I'll bring it for everyone to see. Maybe we'll drink it tonight. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, so product logo is one of the most important piece of image you're going to use. And then after that, you have the icon. The icon is a social icon that's going to appear next to the player when they play. So when you look at the friend list, you see like this little icon next to them. So of course, the name of the game, I'm going to use this one. A short sobriquet, that's a short description that's just like a sentence maybe below the name of the game here. So I'm just going to do introduction to SPT tool. The genre, so it's going to be a RPG. Whoops. Yeah, RPG. Is it an action RPG? I'm not really sure, but anyway. So it's a single player game, control support. I'm not going to go through the content and accessibility. It's very easy to understand what's going on here. Logging requirements is maybe if you had your own, or you call it the game launcher, you could put it here. Support language, actually, that's very important information. People like to know like the language available in your game, so you should put this information here. Text information available in the game. So there's French and English, maybe more, but I'll go just through that for the moment. Legal information, so it's a Soundfall game, and Kepler interactive game as well. So, well, I'm going really quickly on about this, but that's where you're going to put your copyright information, etc. If you have a link about privacy, etc., you could put it here. User support. So the user support actually is not as public information. It's something you are going to keep on our backend. If we get too many, tickets from the players having maybe a technical issue and we need to contact you, that's where we're going to use information. So please put a support email at least, or if you have a page link, like maybe you have your own support system, put your information here. So I'm just going to put this simply, .com. As you can see here, I have a URL preview of my page. So it's going to use the code name I set up earlier. Developer name here, Central Interactive. Publisher name, Kepler Interactive. And that's it for the product, the store settings for now. So next one is the specification. So for PC, what's the minimum required? So I think it's Windows 10, Windows 11, a CPU, I don't know, maybe an i7. What's the current generation? I don't even know, actually. 15 maybe? Well, we need some memory, of course, but having a lot would be better. A nice little GPU, but who doesn't work? Who doesn't play with 5090 anyways? And that's the minimum required, but you could feed everything, of course. If your game is going to be available on Mac, you can do this on Mac as well. And so after that, all the information are actually optional, but I really invite you to put some media information links here. So links to your game page. Eventually, if you have a community like a Discord, Twitch, etc., it would be nice to put there. When people look at your game page, they might be interested to know more about your company. And that's where they will be able to directly access to this information. So, well, I don't have any right now, so I'm just going to go through that. And that's it for the product information now. So next one is going to be the region and ratings. So like I was saying earlier, if you don't have any ratings, your game is not going to be available in Australia, Brazil, Germany, and also South Korea and Russia and Brazil. So yeah, so you can use what we are doing a collaboration with IARC, so we can get rating pretty easily. So we're going to go through that together. It's going to ask you if you already have a certificate ID. If you had one, you could put it here, and it's going to be populating all the rating right away. So I don't have one. It's going to ask me if I want to do it. So of course, I'm going to do it. And it's going to ask you now a contact email. So please put maybe like an info email, something. The IARC rating will be, IARC rating committee will be able to contact you easily. So I'm going to put this one here, just a dummy information, but still. You'll be able to change this email afterward, but please put something from the beginning. So now we're going to go through the game ratings questionnaire. It's a very simple questionnaire. You have a number of questions you're going to fill. So, well, it's a kind of violent game, so, wow, there's a number of information here to pull. No, it's quite realistic, etc., etc. I'm going to go through this quite quickly because I don't have much time. Okay. Is there any horror in the game? Well, I'm going to say no for now. Some sexuality, gambling. Is there some language in the game? Well, I heard there's some minor French bad words. But anyway, some controlled substance like drugs. I don't think there's any. Some crude humor. Digital purchase like NFTs or blockchains. And some miscellaneous question like, is there any like voice chat in the game? Possibility to get other players' location. Is there some symbol in the game? Some bad mouth about South Korea. Some advocating of committing act of terrorism or other crimes. So I'm going to say no here. Just go to the next step. And you're going to see that it's going to generate a number of rating right away. I will invite you to check the term of use of IARC here before proceeding. Of course, I already read everything, so I'm just going to check that and push finish. So now it's going to generate everything and come back to the Epic Game Store page and generate all the ratings right away, as you can see here, which is pretty cool because you don't have much else to do. As you can see, I have ESRB, GRAC, everything is ready. So now I want to go back to the region setting I was looking at earlier, and as you can see now, Australia, Brazil, Germany, which is here. Go down. Where is Russia? And South Korea are now checkable. So I'm just going to check that, save the change. And now my game is going to be available, distribute everywhere. Epic Game Store is actually available. Okay, so that's it for the store settings. I'm going to go back to the dashboard now. And you will see that both the store settings and the ratings now are checked. Okay, cool. So next step is the base offer settings. So in the base offer, we have a lot of important information. First, I'm going to go through the general details, but some of this information are already going to be filled because I already filled the store settings earlier. So I'm just going to do this one again. The feature, so it's going to be a single controller supplier support. Okay. Oops, I can't see anything. Developer name. So sendfall. Kepler. It's going to ask me if I have some NFT or blockchain technology in my game. I don't, and some promotional content. So promotional content is basically like real advertisement in the game. So like a real brand in the game. Well, I don't have any, so I'm going to say no and save changes. Okay, next information is going to be some generic image that's going to appear everywhere on the store. So I'm going to use some other asset I have here. That's not the right place. Oh, sorry. Actually, it was. So I need a landscape image and a portrait image. So these images are going to appear pretty much everywhere in the store where your game is going to be available. And here you can see you have a library image. You can just copy the image you have above. That's what I'm going to do, or put your own image if you want. Library image is the image that's going to appear on the player's library. I'll save that. And next is the price, very important information. So the price, we have a number of price tier already available that Epic Games have set for you. You can use right away. Or you could choose to create your own price tier. So for that, you're going to go through the custom price tier here and create your own price tier. You're going to be able to use Epic Games already set up price tier and just customize them from there. This is requiring some moderation, so I'm not going to go through this time. It's very simple settings anyway, so you shouldn't have much trouble doing it. And if you have some issue, just check on internet. There's some very nice tutorial about it. Actually, that's me doing it. So I'm going to go to the price. I'm going to choose $59.99. And as you can see, it's going to fill all the currency available on the Epic Game Store right away. We are trying to keep this price up to date, but maybe we change it like once or twice a year, so that's not so up to date. Next important information is the dates. So we have this very neat page here where on the left you have the timeline, where we are now, and on the right side you have the milestone of your game, what's going to happen to your game, to the game page from there. So the first question is going to ask you if did you release the game on another platform before, on another storefront before? So I didn't, so I'm going to say no here. And it's going to ask you if you want your game page to be discoverable as soon as possible. And actually, that's a big recommendation I'm going to do here. You should put your game coming soon page as soon as possible. Whenever you're going to talk about your game, like announce your game, if you have the Epic Game Store, Steam, all the stores icon available during your announcement, people will know where to go at to check for your game, maybe wishlist your game. So having your coming soon page ready as soon as possible is really something you should try to do as much as possible. So I'm gonna do it and put it on today actually, because why not? Next question is if you want to enable pre-purchase. I'm not going to do this this time, but that's something you could think about if you want your game to be buyable before the game is actually released. If you choose to do yes here, we're going to have to set some stuff on the back end. So we're going to contact you at some point. And here is another very important milestone. This is when you're going to release your game. So here you have a number of options. You can choose specific, which is basically when your game is going to be really released, estimation or release date unknown. If you choose to go for release date unknown, your game is going to just be in the coming soon page status. But if you want maybe to give a date, you don't know yet really for sure, but you have a number of options here. You can go by year, quarter, month, or by day. If you choose by day, actually, even if the day is like, for example, at the end of UE Fest, and let's say we are next week, but your game is on estimated release date. Even if it's in the past, this date is in the past, it's not going to be released because it's an estimation. And so if you want your game to be released, you have to choose specific here. It's very important. Okay? But one good point about estimation is actually you can push your game to coming soon without having a build ready. If you go for a specific, we are going to ask you to have a build ready for that. Okay? So I'm just going to go estimate now. I'm going to say my game is going to be released at the end of the week. And that should be it for now. So this is something we can do on the base offer, obviously. If you want to aspire like for DLC, that's something you can do. I'm going to save here. Platform will recreate. Yeah. And that's it for the offer information. Maybe I forgot something here. So as you can see, it wasn't checked, so I forgot to put the platform here. So I'm going to put Windows and save. And everything should be checked now. Okay, cool. I'm going to go to the release management. Epic Game Store. Oh, I see something that I don't like here. And next step is going to the product home. Why is it not set? So the product home is something very important too. It's the first thing people are going to see about your game. So whenever they click on your game on the store, they're going to be redirected to this page and see some information about the game. So Media Carousel, we already recommend you to put at least one video, like your teaser, for example, or gameplay teaser would be nice as well. So I'm going to do that right now. Product, I'm going to go to Carousel. So I have a little video here I'm going to upload. So of course, if your video is big, it's going to take a while, but mine's a really small one. Okay, I'm going to save change here. I'm going to add some more image also to make it nice. You can have up to 20 media on this carousel, but we recommend to have like maybe 10, like 2 videos and a number of screenshots is pretty nice. And I should be ready, so I can save here. I'm going to the about section. So the about section is like the description of the game. You can do really something like you want. Some text. Some people just put text here, but I recommend to add some image to make it more visually nice to look at. So just a headline here, test about SPT. So I'm gonna add some image here to make it more nice. So this image here, and maybe add some more text. It's a great game. You should try it. Oops. You should buy it. Some more image. Okay. I'm gonna save that. So that would be like the description of my game. And if you want to add more image, like have a gallery, you can do this here. You can put up to 20 more image here. And come back here. And that's pretty much all the information I'm gonna need at this point. Oops, I went a bit too far. So I'll go back to my dashboard here. So now the tags, etc. are filled in. And so actually, as you can see, my page is ready to go for a coming soon page. I didn't set the build yet, but it's not a problem. You can do it anyway. So what I'm going to do is going to the release management page here. And I'm going to push everything to stage, okay? So pushing to stage means you're ready to get a review. It's going to take a while. So while I'm doing this, we're going to talk a bit about builds. Okay, I'm pushing it. And it's going to replicate everything from the dev, everything I checked, from the dev environment to the stage environment. So let's talk about builds, yes. So artifact and binaries, that's where your build is going to live in. To upload your builds on the Epic Game Store, we have this little command line tool called build patch tool. So I'm going to download it from here. And it's not going to point at the right place, of course. I'm going to save it directly on my PC. I'm going to extract it. So in the file, you have this little manual about the build patch tool. It's going to explain you how to use it. But we're going to go through it together. First thing first. So my base game offer right now has this artifact called CoreFest25, and it's completely empty, as you can see. There's no active, no inactive build in it. If I look at here, you can see that the upload status, and you have a little instruction tab here. You can actually copy a template directly here to copy directly to your favorite text editor. And so we'll be able to look at it together. It's going to fill a number of information right away, so you don't have to do it yourself. So in order to make it a little bit more easy to watch, I'm going to put everything like this. It's going to take a little while. And we're going to look at it together. Okay. So as you can see, I already have all this information here already filled in. So organization ID, product ID, artifact ID. If I didn't use this template, I'll have to find this information in the product setting. But I don't have to right now, which is pretty cool. Next information I have to fill is the client ID and create secrets. So this information are living in the product setting here. As you can see, I have all my settings here, so the product ID, the organization ID would be available here. And I can go directly to the BPT credential here, and you have the BPT client ID. You can copy it directly. So I'm going to copy paste here. Oh. And the secret. So of course, you shouldn't be seeing the secret, but it's okay. I like to share things. Oops, I think I kicked something here. Oh, here you are. So the mode is already on upload binary. I don't have to change anything here. And the next information is going to ask me is the build root. So what is the build root? The build root is basically where your game package is. So that's a folder where you will have all the build actually with maybe the dependencies, etc., all the files. So I'm just going to copy paste the path here to my build my package root. And one thing you should do is to change the anti-slash to slash here. It's just to make sure the command prompt is not going to maybe glitch or do something. The next information is the cloud directory. Cloud directory is basically a directory where our tool is going to put some cache to upload the build on the store. So I already prepared a folder here. I'm just going to go and copy paste it. Okay, so I'm going to change the slash here. And next one is the build version. So build version, actually, it's a unique. It's unique. Every time you upload the build, it should be a new version. So this time it's a dev one, so it's 0.1. It should increment it every time. You can't upload, even if you did a very minor change, you have to change the build version here. The app launcher, actually, that's some information. If you have some arguments, you want to push through the launcher directly to the game executable. But I don't have any, so app launcher, sorry, no, that's executable of the file, sorry. So the executable of the file here is the CoreFest25x file. So I'm just going to copy the name and put x behind. And the app argument, that's what I was talking about earlier. That's the argument you want to push through the Epic Games Launcher directly to the game, to the executable. Maybe you have some arguments you want to push for some tests and stuff like that. So I don't have any, so I'm just going to keep it empty. And the next two arguments here are optional. That's arguments you can use to inner some files and stuff like that. So I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to skip it. And I'm working on the game dev environment, so I'm just going to put this, but that's not something you need to do. And now, actually, my command line is ready, so I'm just going to put everything back on the one line. I'm trying to. Yep. Here. Up. I need a space here. I'll bring back everything on one line. And I should be good with that. So I can just copy this and actually run it. But first, I'm going to start my command prompt. So in administrator mode is better, usually. And I have to go directly to the bitpatch tool executable file. So earlier, I have extract my bitpatch tool folder here. It's going to live in the engine folder. And you have binaries folder. And then here you have a number of operating systems. So the bitpatch tool is available on Linux, Mac, and Windows. So I'm going to go to Windows because now I'm working on Windows. And directly go to the folder here. Here I am. And now I'm actually able to use the command line I've prepared earlier. So I'm going to copy that, come here, and push. So the tool is going to make chunks of your game and put it and upload it directly to our store. So this time I have a very small executable file, so it's not going to take time. But if you have like gigas of data, of course it's going to take maybe an hour, 2 hours, depending on your connection. But you can just let it go, and you'll see that you'll get some updates every few seconds about how it's going on. So now if I go back to my game here, to organization, not to organization, sorry, to the Epic Games Store here, artifact and binaries. Go back to the binaries here, and you will see that the build I have uploaded earlier is going to be available as inactive. You will need to make it active and choose like which kind of update it is. So it's my first update, and I'm going to just put it as major and say it's going to be available for Windows. And doing that is going to put my build directly to the active place here. All the builds in inactive status are going to be erased after 1 week, so don't wait too long for doing this. Okay, so when I've done here, I'm going to create a patch note. Well, you don't really need to do a patch note until you release your game. It's not something you need to do. And even for the first release, like for the 1.0, for example, you can just say it's a release of the game. We don't need much information about that. But after a while, when you're going to do like major DSC updates, stuff like that, we're going to need this information to share with the grad creating if you decide to distribute your game on, in South Korea. So, well, first release. And that's it. So by now, I think my game should be completely copied to the stage sandbox, as you can see. So I can finally push to review. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do some work behind the wall on the back end to actually moderate do the moderation of the game. So usually the first review takes 5 days, 5 business days to be done. We're going to review all the page, eventually you build. And one important thing, if your game is going to be multiplayer, we're going to need more time. We're going to need usually more than 1 month to do crossplay test. So we're going to need some Steam keys and do the test between the both platforms to be sure that the game is crossplay. Okay, so now I'm going to focus on the review on my side, so I can go quickly about that. Can you put some music to make it a bit more nice for everybody to wait? So it's going to take maybe one minute. Okay, nice. So go back to the dashboard. So after like a week or a few days, you should get an email back saying that the review is done. As you can see, they found an issue. There's an issue on my game, so I'm going to check what happened. So for that, I'm going to go to the release management to understand where is the issue. So it looks like my issue is on the offer. So I'm going to come to the offers here. As you can see, I'm on the stage environment here. So go directly to the base game offer. I'm going to check the feedback. So it looks like the price is wrong. Yeah, it's not 59.99. So I need to do a change here. I have to change my price. For that, actually, I can't do it on the stage sandbox. It's locked. So I have to go back to the dev sandbox. Go to my offer again. Go to the price. I'm going to change the price tier here. So it wasn't 59.99, but it was 49.99. It's cheap, right? You should buy it. So now, actually, so I have done my, I've edited my price. So I'm going to go back to the release management and push again to the stage for review. So this time it shouldn't take too much time, but as you can see, I have my offer, my artifact ready, so I'm going to push that too. Okay. And my offer here is checked as well. So I'm going to push both this time. And while we wait for this to populate, I'm just going to talk very quickly about access keys. So the access keys is what you're going to generate to be able to test your game, to be able to check on your build. You can generate keys for, of course, dev, stage, and live sandboxes. But just so you know, dev and stage sandbox are closed. It means that only people inside your organization can use these keys to be able to access your game. And also, if you need people outside the organization to be able to access your game, maybe for like a closed beta or something, you can create player group for that. But otherwise, people will get your keys somehow, but wanted to access your game, which is still in dev or stage status, they won't be able to do that. Okay, so I'm not going to do that this time because I don't have much time. I'm gonna check if the release is ready. Maybe not yet. So okay, one more bit of information. Localization. As you saw so far, I've put everything in English. We are requiring people to put all the basic information in English, but if you want to localize your information, all the page information, you can do it here. You can download the template. It's a CSV file where you will see like language by column, and you put all the language as you want. We have a very nice offer actually for people who don't have any localization, who are not able to do localization by themselves. They can contact us and ask for localization for all the language available in the Epic Game Store. So for that, you just go to the support and create a private ticket and ask for all the language you want. Put your template you have downloaded here with all the English information, and we come back to you after a few days with all the language field, and you can just upload it back to your localization menu here, and you get all the information in all the language you asked, which is pretty cool, I think. So back to the release management here. Okay, it's good now, so I'm gonna put again one more time for review. Can we switch again, please? I'm going to do the moderation here. It's going to be very quick this time. Don't need music. OK, thank you. Our music then. So back to the dashboard, you can see that now my game is ready to push to live. If I go to the release management, you will see that everything is checked, and I have this push to live button. So I'm going to push it, and you'll see that this nice screen is going to summarize what's going to happen now. Because pushing to live is not something you should do like pushing to stage. It's a very important milestone for you. It means everything, all the information you have prepared are going to be pushed on the store. But it doesn't mean like everything is going to be live right away. You can choose to schedule a publishing, which means actually like schedule when your information is going to be copied to the live sandbox. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go right away. And as you can see below here, it's going to tell you what's going to be live. So my game is going to be discoverable and wish listable. So I'm going to push to live. That's going to take a little minute maybe to copy everything. Usually it's a bit quicker. So am I on time? Oh, I have 30 seconds. We might be able to see the game on the store. I don't know. I told you we won't have time for QA. So now, as you can see, everything is pushed here. It's live. So if we go to the store and look for your game, CoreFest, will be better. It's here. It's ready. It's coming soon. It's in a coming soon state. I don't know why the developer publisher is not appearing, but it should be here. And all the information I have uploaded earlier are here. Well, I don't see, maybe the carousel is still populating right now, so it's going to take a little bit of time, but all the information should appear here. So one last information I don't have time, but well, just one last thing. I'm going very, very quickly, so you can go to the next talk and go eat if you are hungry. If you want your game to be released, you are going to need to go back to the dates here and change the release date here. Whoops. From estimate to specific, and then choose the date. Then push everything again to live, OK? If you don't do that, your game is never going to be released. It's just going to stay here on the coming soon state. So yeah, your game is never going to be released. It happened to a few people, so yeah, I just want you guys to be safe. So that's it for me. If you have any question, I'll try to be at the booth afterward. And otherwise, we can meet at the party tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.